Hello, Job Doer here, and in today's little video here, I'm trying to adjust your knobs. This is what we're doing today, is how to install a washer and dryer, right? So I got a vintage here washing machine that still has some life to it. It's coming from one place to another, right? And things you need, that I'll need for this is basically some angle pliers, right? Little T-Rex, and also helpful is to have a dolly, like so, right? Now, this particular one here, you can see on the back, they got a, down at the bottom, you attach that hose on with this clamp here. So you basically squeeze those two prongs together to loosen the grip on it. Those two prongs, squeeze them together with those pliers, or your fingers if you're strong enough. And you put the hose in there and you put that clamp back on. Now over here, you got hot and cold water right behind this thing there, see? So hot, cold, you see two different marks, and they already have hoses on them, because like I said, this is being moved over. And the hoses, I don't think these came with them, these are aftermarket. They have markings for hot and cold, but I'll show you the connection there is going to be like the same like we'll do on the inside. Now the one last thing, if you have a brand new one of these things, is down at the bottom, usually right between the middle, there's this plastic pin that goes in there, and I think through this bigger hole there's a strap that goes from there through there, and you're supposed to pull that strap out, and it's a yellow strap. In fact, see right there, it says stop. Pull yellow strap out firmly until you completely remove from the washer. You don't cut it like some people have done. And let's see if I can get a look here. Yes, I have found the yellow strap, because you want to keep it for later. See, yellow strap's like this. You don't believe me? Well, see, there's yellow strap, and on the ends here you got these cotter pins, and another one in the middle that I pretty much have this basket for shipping, right? You don't ever put these back in necessarily, but for shipping from factories, warehouses. And here's this plug thing that comes from the bottom middle. Yes, down there. Now then, enough of this. The dolly, this is where that comes into. You have the side over here, and you have the back. The best place is usually take it from the back on these. And just simply slip the tongue underneath the bottom there, right like so, and you're ready to pull back on that. And basically you keep your foot on this bar down here, and I'll hold on to not so much this dash, but probably this side, and you get a good grip and you pull back on it. Like so, see? Now then. How this usually starts is you have it on its back. If you take it from a box, you put it on like so. And now, these feet here, they usually come in a bag. And you thread this nut on, if it's not already threaded on, to about, I got about a 1/4 inch, maybe between the nut and the top of this foot. And then you screw this foot in all the way in, and you come back and you tighten this nut down with your angle pliers. You do that for the two front-facing feet. And the bottom one, they're already in, so they kind of stick down real low. Those are self-adjusting. We'll get to that in a moment. Otherwise, with this feet on, it's time to take it in the house. Okay, so some of the things you need here is you need a power plug, 110, 120 volt. You need one of these. You need a cold spigot, a hot spigot, and a place for the drained water to go. Okay. Now, since this hasn't been used in a while, I'm going to take a bucket and give them a little flush to make sure I get any air out and or other debris. from the from it. Cold water. Come back to that one. All right. Now that tells me two things right there. One, since this house has a hot water shut off right now, that the hot water is actually on the right hand side. And two, that left hand is cold. Yeah, pretty simple. So I'm going to scoot the machine back a little bit closer to the wall now. Right, I'm probably about 2 feet away, so I'll scoot it back a little bit closer. So a little close to the wall, and you know, make sure there's stuff, you know, not too close around it. On your sides, there's going to be a dry that goes in here next. So we got the cold one here. We know because it has the blue lines. You might not be able to see them, but they have blue lines. Now, make sure that in this part here, the business end, there should be a washer in there, rubber. You kind of poke your finger and stab it. And there is, that's good. And I will just wrap this around back. And it simply threads onto the bottom of said hose bib fitting. Like I said, this particular one, cold and hot, separated. So, I got it on there. And slightly over strength tight. Get my adjustable angle pliers out and give it a little more snugging. If it was a fresh washer, if I did it hand tight, I'd probably do it maybe half turn, quarter turn. So I got that on. And you turn this on. And sometimes this thing will leak and you can tighten this one up here. There, I got it on full bore, a little bit of water there, but I'll let it sit there and check on it a little bit. Same with the hot, make sure there's a washer in there, and there is. And thread this on with 1 or 2 hands. However, tight. And snug it down. You know the top so you don't snap it off the pipe. And I'll turn it on. Actually, I'll leave it off. So like I said, no hot water's going on. Then, the next thing I'll do is I'm going to fish out some parts here. Because deep down inside here, we got our yellow strap fell down here again. Need that. Then we'll come along over here to the drain hose side. Drain hose, which in this case here, when you move them, you just kind of drip it up over. You can see here that we got tube, this little holding part here, clamp, and then the crook. So if you loosen this up, you can move this crook around any which way you want. And it goes right into this thing here. Let's see here. Bring it off to the side here. Make sure you put your clamp back where it belongs on its crook. If you move it around. And right like so. Now then, you don't want to twist this pipe too much or pinch the neck. But you do want it in there so it's tight. And we'll get said yellow strap here. How it normally goes with the pointy thing out there and long. And we'll just wrap it around. And kind of lasso that in place. I'm actually going to go back around to that little clamp and try to grab a hold of that a little bit. Let's see here. Around this thing here. And voila. Yeah. Okay, worst case scenario. There we go, better. And last but not least is you're gonna kind of give it a pull now. So I can zoom back some. Yeah, I'm gonna grab onto the dash, the back dash right up in here with one hand. Just kind of pull away from the wall and drop it back. Very controlled, you'll see here. Like this. Make sure it doesn't slide at the bottom. Now, that there leveled the self-leveling feet on the back of this thing. And basically it is installed. Wait, there's more. Back behind this side over here, there was the power plug, right? And didn't do anything with it yet. Here we go, power plug, and let me dry this off real quick. Water, electricity, no bueno. Okay, make sure this is dried, and this can go back in here. I'm gonna plug it in the bottom plug, right, in case I might need it for something else for the top. There, and it goes. Now, test it out. This has a light. Right, enough of that. So, now then, we've got this where we want it, per se. Give it a little dust off, make it nice and clean. Get the nooks and crannies. Get some of that water in the bucket. It needs to drain it out, you know. You know, make it shine, so to say. Right. That is clean enough for now, I think. So I'll pop this lid open and let's see if it works. I'll do a regular cycle. We'll do a small load, less water, temperature cold, and start. Okay, we got water coming in. It actually comes in this spot here. You can throw soap in here, or you just throw it in there. Depending on what you want to do. I guess bleach the tab softener over there. And let this thing fill up while we check for leaks. Right? You see leaks back there? Ever so slightly damp, so I might tighten that nut up. Let's see here. Alright, the rest of it's feeling pretty clean and leaky proof. I'll reach my hand around back and search for leaks for there. Otherwise, I'll let this fill. Right? Might take a little while here. Okay. Would you look at that waterfall coming? So after I guess this thing has some water go through this here for the soap to add in, then it turns on the main fill waterfall there. Alright. This is a good time to wash your hands off, you know, so people don't really notice it. And then And then wipe on your shirt. Depends on what kind of shirt you have. I have a cotton shirt on, so it's fine. And just let it fill some longer until it gets to its smallest load. Okay, so it's filled and it's doing its thing now. It's agitating, right? And now we want to drain it because there's nothing in it, right? Just water bubbling away. And so here, you I think you hit off. Sometimes you have to like change the thing, and you push this down. Nothing. You know why? It's off. So blah blah blah. Start, rinse, spin. Close this thing here. Oh, and start. Now it's draining. So you want to check your drain up there. All right. Sounds good. On the drain, if you're listening, you can sometimes hear the water backing up before it spurts out. This here, if you double tap it, it gets into spin mode as it's draining. This here will see if it's balanced out good. Normally you don't use your washing machine like this, by the way. This is just for educational purposes. The drain sounds good. The water's going out. It feels solid. Round and round it goes. Mesmerizing, huh? Now listen until the last drips of draining's gone through. Which is about now. And I pull my finger out and it should stop within like 2 seconds or something like that. 1, 2. Alright, so there we go. I'll push the off button. Done. Washer machine installed. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And next video will be a dryer. Fascinating. Alright, onward.